At Davis, all workers must attend safety orientation prior to working on our project. Redefining the way you experience construction is our mission. Part of achieving this includes making sure that you and everyone around you work safely. Planning our work activities always includes safety. Daily huddles are held between Davis Field Supervision and our subcontractors. JHAs and work plans are also reviewed at the beginning of each shift. Davis makes safety a priority by holding a monthly all-hands safety meeting at each project. This meeting is an opportunity for subcontractors to become educated on OSHA topics, Davis policies and procedures, and job-specific safety issues. Subcontractors also have the opportunity to voice concerns they may have regarding safety on the project. Subcontractors must also complete weekly toolbox talks. Daily permits must be completed at the start of each shift. This includes concrete penetration permits, hot work permits, trenching and excavation permits, and confined space permits. When arriving to our site, be sure that you bring the proper personal protective equipment. Additional safety equipment may be necessary for your type of work. Davis requires appropriate safety glasses, hard hats, work boots, cut-rated gloves, and high-visibility shirts or vests. Special PPE may be required for certain tasks. Subcontractors are responsible for providing their personnel with required PPE. Remember that when working above 6 feet, you must use guardrail systems or other methods of fall protection. When using boom and scissor lifts, Davis requires the use of lanyards as proper fall protection. Davis has specific fall protection requirements that include all workers must be tied off at heights above 6 feet. All workers must be tied off in lifts. Swing fall hazards must be eliminated by positioning the anchor behind and above the worker. Both OSHA and Davis require that each subcontractor have a fall rescue plan. Environmental assessments must be obtained from the owner prior to the start of demo. Demolition safety plans must be completed prior to the start of demo activities. Cut, cap, and make safe must be coordinated between the demolition subcontractor and other trades. Utilities and materials marked green will be removed. Utilities and materials marked red stay in place. When demolition work is being performed, you must stay out of the area. Always treat electrical components as if they are energized until you verify they are not. In the case of a fire or emergency on site, follow the posted emergency action plan. Be sure to identify the rally point for your Davis project site. Fire extinguishers are located throughout each project. During hot work activities, each subcontractor must have a fire extinguisher nearby, as well as a hot work permit and fire watch. Only attempt to extinguish small fires, similar to the size of a trash can. For any larger fire, activate the fire alarm or notify appropriate personnel to begin evacuation. On most of our projects, you will encounter heavy equipment. Don't be in a hurry when working around heavy equipment. Be sure to listen for backup alarms, blind spots, pinch points, and make eye contact with operators. You must be trained and in some cases licensed on the equipment that you operate, and it's important that you properly inspect it. This not only ensures your safety, but the safety of others working around you. When using equipment such as aerial lifts or boom lifts, you must mark the hazard area below to prevent personnel from entering. Davis requires that a trench excavation permit is completed prior to trenching and excavations. Basic OSHA requirements include sloping or benching soil or using other protective measures. Trenches and excavations require barricades when not being worked on. This eliminates potential fall hazards. Electrical hazards can be eliminated. Be sure that lockout-tagout procedures are used and never conduct energized work. It's important that you have the proper lighting when working. The competent person is the only worker permitted to inspect, design, or alter scaffolding. Scaffolding must be inspected and tagged prior to each shift. Be sure to use ladders properly and that you are using the correct ladder for the job you are performing. Always inspect your ladder prior to use. Broken or damaged ladders are not permitted on Davis projects. Aluminum ladders are also not permitted on Davis projects. When working on a ladder next to or outside of a guardrail, you must tie off and the ladder must also be secured. A-frame ladders can only be used in the open position and are not designed to be used like an extension ladder against a wall. Never work from the top of the ladder. It's important to have the proper ladder to reach the work area. Stilts must be inspected to the manufacturer's specifications and must be documented daily. The area in which the stilts are being used must be free of all debris. Each subcontractor and worker is responsible for cleaning up after their work. Housekeeping is not only a tripping hazard, but can also be a fire hazard. Materials or debris that you leave behind may create a hazard for others performing work after you. Other hazards may include holes. Debris knocked into small holes can create hazards below, and large holes can easily result in serious injury or worse. All holes must be properly covered, labeled, and secured. Materials must be stored at least 10 feet back from the edge of an elevated workspace. If storing materials 10 feet back is not possible, a barrier between the materials and the edge must be put in place, and the material must be secured. You have the right to return home safely at the end of each work shift. You have the ability to stop working in any condition that endangers you or any other person. You have the obligation to report any hazard, accident, or injury, even if it is not part of your work. At Davis, we care about every worker on our projects, and we want your experience to be a safe one.